This is Young Malachi coming straight out of Memphis, Tennessee, and you're listening to War Stories Radio Live, where you show love, you get love.
My people, welcome back to another Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern. I am your boy, Hooda Luther King, and I am about to present. And when I say I'm about to present, I'm putting very heavy emphasis on the scent, because it is a lot going on tonight. This is a present. This is going on in the present, and this was sent to me. My man, Trey Tuck, man, but I'm not going to bring him in yet. I mean, they're going to, call me the fanboy or whatever, but when you get finished with this interview, you're going to be a fanboy too. You dig it? The brother is dope. I got a couple of tracks of his, but we're going to do more of the talking. So we're going to go ahead and just bring in my man Trey Tuck right now. Oh. My man, how is it going?
It's going good, man. Who the Luther King, man? How are you, brother? How is everything for you, dog?
Hey, man, this is one of my favorite Saturdays right now. I feel like I'm on the phone with Nas or Jay-Z on some on some real shit.
I appreciate it. I appreciate
facts,
it, bro.
Like, yeah, you just don't know, bro. Everything you send be on point, man. Shouts out to the chat room too. Who we got up in there already? I'm pretty sure IBJ is one. And if it is, salute to my bro for being early. B-Funk in the building. What's up, B-Funk, man? Salute to you, family. Got a treat for the night. Hey, but peep this. Go ahead and start off and just go with what Trey Tuck was. Not what he is now, but where you come from.
Trey Tuck was a person who, when he first started, he was really unsure. I think a lot of times in my past, I look back now and I'm kind of like, I don't really understand why I was so unsure. Maybe just because a lot of this was new, but I wasn't saying, I didn't know as much, which allowed me to want to grow into being the person that I am now. I'm super curious. So if something sparks my interest and I really like it, I really fuck with it, I'm just gonna keep digging at it to try to figure out what I can do to be better. But I have to really, really love it, and it just happened to be music was something that I found out later in life that I love more than anything in life. And so who I was before, I was just a humble person, man, and who would have known it would have turned to this over the years,
So when did this start? Like, when did your push towards the music start?
I was a freshman in college, so I would say I was 17, 18. I went to school early.
Yeah, dang, hold up, man. You can't just slide that pass right there. What do you just say that again? You was a what and what? At what age?
I graduated, you know what I'm saying? I was younger in my class, so I was in college at 17, so my birthday's not till December. Shout out to everybody whose birthday is in December, but it's not till December. So when I went to school, I couldn't do much, you know what I'm saying? And I was still like wet behind the ears. I didn't really know life as it was. I went to college in a different state, so that allowed me to kind of grow and experience newer things that I've never experienced before. But where it started was me and my homies. It was my homie X. It was in the Hugh Better. And we had a few other people that were with us, and we were just going to the dorms, man. We would get drunk, we would get high, and we would just rap, you know what I'm saying? Freestyle. I feel like everybody does that, but there was one night where, I don't know, we all were just chilling and smacked, and people were around, and we played the Virgo beat. Hey girl, won't you come and hold my hand? Won't you come and chill with the Virgo? We sipping on Merlot. So we had took that beat. We took that beat, and then we came back the next day. We recorded it. I wrote something to it. I thought it was pretty dope at the time, but I wasn't confident because I didn't know, you know what I'm saying? This is something that's new. So you kind of look for validation from people on the outside before you validate yourself. And so I started rapping, and people were like, yo, shit is crazy. And after that, I was like, really? Like y'all really think like I'm that good? And people were going crazy over it. And then I transferred from that school. So fast forward 2 years. So during that 2 year span, I wasn't really taking it serious. Like I did it because I knew I was capable to do it, but I wasn't really like studying to be an MC like I am now. So then I transferred to another school at 19, 20, and I would be there and I would do what everyone else was doing. So I would go to college parties, but then I would start to realize like, yo, I'm wasting my time here. So I would be at parties and then I would come back and I would write in the basement. I would take my iPad at the time and I would go into the basement when no one was there, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning before I had a studio, and I would just write. I was trying to put a project together, so I would just write. And then after a while, it just became like I didn't go to parties no more. I just started writing in the basement, and I started writing in the basement, and then I started recording more, and then the rest is history, as they say. You know what I'm saying? It just groomed me to be who I am now.
Okay, so how long you been doing it?
I want to say like so I've been rapping for a while, but like me actually taking it serious. I started rapping at 17, like I said. I'm 27 now,
Oh,
but
10
I
years. 10
yeah, but
years.
I wouldn't even say it was 10 years because I didn't really pursue it until I was 19, 20. Until I turned 20, so I'd say 7 because those 3 I was still finding myself, I was still chasing women, I was still doing what everyone else was doing. I didn't have that like idea that like yo you could probably be a dope rapper artist and you can make a lot of money and you can do shows and you can it was just me rapping for the hell of it, you know what I'm saying? So now 3 years later, I came to the grips of like, yo, I can do this. You know what I'm saying? So I always tell people 7. It's definitely been a 10 year span, but for 7 of them is when I really started getting busy with it, you know?
Okay, fair
Yeah.
enough. So, do you remember your first rhyme you ever wrote?
Oh man. While I was telling the story, I was trying to remember it. I was trying to remember it, but truth be told, I don't, man, and that kind of goes along with my process as well because when I write, so I'm not one of those people who write like I'm not a per se a writer where I can just write. I can, but I don't choose to do it. I don't write every day, all day, 24/7 with or without a beat. I'm a person who, if I hear a beat that I really enjoy or I bring something to it, I'm writing specifically to that beat.
That
So if I'm
shit,
free,
hey, bro, I'm gonna cut you off, but that
yeah,
shit really shows that you are particular about what you do. Your cadence over the
mm,
shit, the person you got on the hook, the
uh,
sound quality, like you could tell that you are not just one that would just say throw on the beat and I'm gonna kill it. You
right,
gotta, yeah, you it gotta be catered for your vibe.
yeah. I'm super particular, man, and I'm super I'm hard on myself. So if it don't work, if it don't like I have a whole bunch of music that I don't use because to me it don't work for me and I'm not hitting the pockets. Like if I'm a half a second off on the word I was supposed to say a second before, I have to redo it. how I
Right.
write how I write is like I'll play a beat. So let's say the beat is 3 minutes. I have to write to every second of that beat, which means once I stop writing for that time, I have to run it back to the top and then rehearse and then try to build on what I have. And if I can't do it, run it back from the top. So I listen to a beat at least 50 to 60 times before I even have recorded it. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, that's real though.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
shows.
bro.
It shows,
Yeah.
but damn, 50 to 60 times, bro.
Yes, bro. Yes,
God damn.
bro. That's
Whew.
that, but that's why I'm able to hear exactly what I want out of it now. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm like very anal, which is like a gift and a curse. You know, like to really want to be in it that long is kind of crazy when you think about it.
Where B Funk say dope, goddamn IBJ say that's how you get the best material possible.
Facts, facts.
Hey,
I
that's
agree.
what's up, man. That's what's
I
up.
agree. Yeah.
For real, man. That is crazy. 50 to 60 times. That is dedication. I'd probably start freestyling after that. Like, God. Shit, I can't sit with a beat, man. On some real shit. But I don't make music no more either, so it's not about me. But yeah, man, shit. 50 to
But
60
but
times?
I think that's like, but I think everyone has their kind of quirky process to how they record music, and then no one really sees the end result. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I mean. No one really sees the process; they see the end result, and as long as the end result's good, you know what I'm saying? How whatever you did to get there, you want to make sure you keep that repetition going because I realized that in the earlier starting of my career was like, yo, I can't just write to the beat. Like if there's six people in the room right now and the beat is just playing on loop, I can't do that because I'm not physical. I can. I'm not gonna say I can't, but I prefer not to do that because I don't tap into every part, the sounds, the vibrations, the drums, the snares, how they play in a particular moment. Like I'm crazy like that. But you
Mm.
know, unless people ask me, I don't tell them. You know what I'm saying? I just give them the product, and most times they enjoy it because of that meticulous process.
Yeah, that man. Look, I'm gonna tell you like this. You're my favorite rapper right now.
Mm.
It's an honor to have you. I don't even let people talk as long as you have to make that many sentences on my shit because I like to talk too. But I'm just sitting here listening, bro. Like I'm dead ass serious. I'm sitting here enjoying my drink and really in tune with what you're saying because I can hear the passion. Like my man B Funk, I let that man talk too, just the same because you can
Mm.
tell the passion in the artist. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
and he puts himself into the studio every day.
Mm.
Like that's what it is. But at the same time, he already had his interview, and we got a special one tomorrow. I'm gonna do for him so about his project.
Hey,
So yeah,
shout out
definitely.
to B Funk. Shout out to B Funk,
Yeah,
man.
definitely shout out to the brother. He grinds hard. With you though, you have a song I want to go ahead and get into. It's called 92 Cents. Tell
Mm.
me the process you went through with that.
Oh man, that record is to me it's one of my favorite records to perform because all of it is true. So I think for people sometimes whether it is you're on your last dollar, whether you're on your last dollar, whether you're a college student, because that was my position. I was a college student, and I was trying to chase my dream, and I had to go to class, and it just was fucking me up, and I had no money at the time that I recorded it. And me and my homie, we had to split. We were laughing. We were like, "Yo, bro," I was like, "Yo, I got 92 cents," and he was like, "Yo, I got about $5. We can get, you know what I'm saying? We just gonna get some pizza. That's all we could afford at the time." So I
Mm.
laughed about it, and I was like, "Yo," I'm like in my head, I was like, "I'm gonna make a song about this because I want people to really understand, like, just because this is your situation doesn't make you who you are. Like it just because you're stuck in a bad situation, it doesn't mean that is you for the rest of your life." So on the hook, that's why like all them on my line, I'm like, yeah, yeah, yeah. They ain't give a fuck. I was
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, because
yeah.
it's because it's like right, because it's like when you're down
Oh man,
and like
that's my hit
when you
part. I like that shit. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
that's that's my
That's my
that's my
joint.
shit. That's my shit because when you're down, they don't care about nothing. Not they, as in there's people who care about you, but like in your mind, you're like, yo, people don't really give a fuck, and that was my perspective. Like, yeah, they don't care. So when I started recording and making the music I was making, I started to get phone calls from people telling me, yo, that shit is dope. But it's like, yo, fam, I was asking you for help. You didn't want to help. So yeah, yeah, yeah. Like, okay, yeah, yeah. Like you kind of blast
Yeah.
people off. You know what I'm saying? And
And
that's
that
kind of
beat's
where,
stupid too, though. Who made that?
yeah, yo. Damn, that beat is crazy, bro.
It is. Do you know the producer?
I don't know him. I don't know him in person. Like personally, I met him through fucking the internet. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Okay.
The
Right
great
on.
source of the internet. And
Shouts out to
even
that
with
motherfucker. That shit had Wu Tang
yeah,
vibe, bro.
yo, and listen, man, when I do shows with that song rings off because it's like when I get to that part, people can feel like if you've ever been doubted, if you've ever been mistaken for something that you're not, it's like, yo, you can feel that vibe, and it's just a whole different like ambiance when I'm on stage and I'm doing it. And I'll tell you, man, there's something to be said about coming from humble beginnings, coming from a place where you don't have much and you're trying to have much. You're trying to have it all, but at the moment you don't have it. And those people who can consistently grind to become who they want to become through whatever the triumphs are. I mean the trail the whatever that the trials and
Tribulations.
tribulations. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I'm
the
with you.
trials and tribulations. You know what I'm saying, of life. When they become something, it's like you have a different type of understanding about life, and you just act different. You just act more godly, and I feel like that record was that for me. Like, yo, I don't have nothing to prove to y'all no more. Like, stop calling me, leave me alone. I'm not looking for your validation anymore. So that's why it feels that way, because that's the emotion that was behind the record.
Okay, so I want you to go ahead and set this up because we're about to put it into motion right now for the people so they can know exactly what we talking about if they don't
Let's
already.
get it. Listen, man, this your boy Trey Tuck. Who'd about to play 92 cents off the Price of Fame album? Let's go.
Let's go.
Watch your neck. Flow is blessed. Yeah. Send a check. Yeah, talking about they kid put respect on my name. A viral sensation ain't defining the Hall of Fame. I aim to change the pain that life brings. They searching for the cloud to come with light rain. Back when all I had was 92 cents. Unemployment ain't clear. How the f I'ma pay rent? So used to balling, I forgot I started on the bench. My moving mirror, contemplating if I should get in the mix. My consciousness, fighting with my righteousness. Meditated to focus patience and find enlightenment. Went through the storm just to be come to God enlightenment. Remember the Titan, you know the left side is strong. Sighted him, recited him, and know the soil was nothing without the seed. Translation, you never grow into what you need if you don't believe to exceed the obstacles you breed. Only MC better than me is me in 2023. All them on my line, I'm like, yeah. Ain't give a now it's yeah. We should keep in touch, I'm like, yeah. Life about trust, yeah. All them on my line, I'm like, yeah. Ain't give a now it's yeah. We should keep in touch, I'm like, yeah. Life about trust, yeah. Came from the gutter, the boy, he really made it. My struggle was humble, everything came from the soul like a pair of aces. Played the card I was dealt, the dealer dropped a pair of aces. The one twice over, know the wordplay is contagious. I spit at you. Woo. Military flow, I'm getting back to basics. Famous was something I ain't never care about, but it's snapping every time they bring the camera out. I like a with an attitude and a pretty smile. Don't like to think about the repercussions. I live in the now. They treat you different when you throwing money around. Addicted to naked victims, I can't admit it now. Never try to tuck the truth away with crooked smiles. Address your demons in private before they reach a crowd. They rather see you down there out, but when you up, they try to milk your work like a cash cow. Yeah. All them on my line, I'm like, yeah. Ain't give now it's yeah. We should keep in touch, I'm like, yeah. Life about trust, yeah. All them on my line, I'm like, yeah. Ain't give now it's yeah. We should keep in touch, I'm like, yeah. Life about trust, yeah.
Yeah, that was your boy Trey Tuck with 92 cents. We got him on the phone. What's goody, my brother? We can keep going back into it. You know, we got another track, Sinners, that we're going to play as well. Another dope one, but we'll do that in the second hour, in the second half of the hour. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Fair enough.
This is Trey Tuck's episode. Everybody know how it go. Everybody, you get your own episode. Let me see what the chat got to say. Hold on 1 second.
Yes, sir.
Let's see. We getting fire. That's what we getting right now. We getting fire.
Hey.
That's what is being said, brother. That's what they say. That's what
man,
they
I
say.
appreciate that. I appreciate that shit.
Yeah, definitely. And my bro in the Netherlands also be IBJ. He play your music as well. He
I think he sends me links.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's definitely playing your music as well, for sure.
I appreciate it, man. It's something to be said when people who know you listen to it, but when you don't know people personally and you can connect through it, that is one of the greatest feelings in the world, bro. So I'm forever grateful for everybody who's loving the shit and just even lending an ear, whether it's 30 seconds, whether it's a minute, whether it's 2 minutes. I appreciate it.
Well, in my book, or however long the track is, that's how long my ear is. Shit, I sat back and listened to the end of 92 Cents as it was going
Yeah.
off. I almost forgot to clap for it before I came back in. I was nodding my head, yo, for real. No bullshit. You a fucking beast, bro, on some real shit. Can't nobody tell me different. On the 1,000, bro. So tell me about these shows, man, and how this distance separating has really affected what your movement was beforehand, and have it delayed anything like a project you was about to start hitting the road for, or you know what I'm saying?
So I don't think I actually think shout out to Trust Productions. It's a group of artists that I'm aligned with, and it's the label actually. She tries to line up shows for me independently, but what we were gonna start doing was Trust Productions, which I'm a part of. We were gonna start putting shows together, like our own shows, so they were gonna be independent. So in a sense, we were gonna do a small circuit in Connecticut. And then we were going to take that from whatever we learned from it, from whatever we made off of that, pull it together and try to go to New York, try to go to Jersey, try to go to Philly, and really try to move a little bit. So it did slow that up. But I'm grateful because I think it gives more time for preparation. I think in this time, like as an independent artist and as someone who's not on a highly mainstream scale, it gives me time to organize my thoughts, rethink things that I maybe was unsure of. So, but that's more things we know what we want to do. As far as projects, it hasn't really stopped me from releasing anything because I'm gonna put out. I have an EP that I'm putting together that I'm gonna put out that's gonna not hold off. It's gonna be dropped, but it's gonna be put in a place of the album that I wanted to release. So that's gonna be some music on there that I can give out to people. And people can listen to it and kind of vibe out to it until it's time to step outside and I can drop my album and be able to take it on the road, take it to different states and do newer songs because for Price of Fame came out in 2018 and I've been doing since 2018 I've been doing nothing but those songs at shows for 2 years straight. You know what I'm saying? About 2 years straight. So I'm very grateful for that, and I'm very happy that I was able to spread that message across because the reason why it reached you the way it did is because of how passionate I was about making sure people heard it.
Yeah.
So I want to do that times 1,000 with the next project that I have because I think that's way better than Price of Fame. Like it took me a while to find something that was better than my last project, and I promised myself I wasn't gonna put anything out until I knew I had songs that were not better, but it was an elevation from the last. I don't want to go backwards with anything that I do. So knowing that now, it gives me time to prepare. So when all this social distancing shit is over, I can jump right into it exactly how I want.
Right, run right up in that mug. I feel you.
Yeah.
So how we met, you know what I'm saying, was through a situation you were going through, and I was just doing my random checking out, you know. Normally I don't go on people's lives, so that's crazy that I just so happened jumped on yours, because I normally don't. Right. I don't look at people's lives. I don't even like social media, to be honest. I don't like going on there. I don't like posting. I don't like none of that
Me
stuff.
either, bro. I feel that.
Yeah, but at the same time, something said, check out what my man talking about. I checked it out, and it was a shitty situation going down, which gave me the opportunity to say, come mess with the station, you show love, you get love, War Stories Radio Live. So, you know what I'm saying? I was like, yeah, let me go ahead and see, you know what I mean? And then you submitted music, and it was like, damn, okay, that was a good call there. I don't go on people's lives. So, like, that was a real good call. But go ahead, if you don't mind, explain the situation to the people the way you explained it to me, because that's what made me say it. Like, I was mad for you and your DJ, for real.
Yeah, I don't normally do stuff like that. I'm not the person to. I think I posted that maybe like a couple weeks after it happened because I try to give people the benefit of the doubt, and I try to make sure that I'm not being irrational with how I decide to lash out, and I normally don't do that. So
and pause for 1 second. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that.
No, you good.
But those were your words when I jumped in. Those were exactly your words you were saying. You was just warming up into what you was about to do. So I'm having deja vu. Well, go ahead. You good.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So I don't normally do stuff like that, but what happened was me and my manager, we didn't put together a show. Actually, we reached out to these people. I'm not gonna say their name because I don't even remember truthfully, but we reached out to these people and they were telling us about shows, or doing a show, and we chose to do to do a show with them. So everything pretty much was good. Got the tickets. We got the tickets. We got everything. Scouted the venue. When we got to the venue, I'm always trying to be there early. My uncle always told me to show up early to shows. My manager always tells me don't want to make a bad representation for yourself. Blah blah blah. So whatever. I listen to them and I try to be as early as I possibly can to shows. So I'm there maybe like 2 hours before or an hour before the actual setup time just to kind of scope the place, get food with my girl, whatever the case is. And then we got there, the time that the sound check is supposed to be, the lady's not there. There's no sound. There's nothing there. So maybe about an hour after that. So normally about an hour after sound check, the show starts. It's coming up to the time where the show's about to start, and the lady's not there who's supposed to be running the show, talking to the people, etc. So my DJ at the time, DJ Verse, he has his equipment because he's just playing my set, my show. That's it. So what happens is he starts the show. So the lady shows up late. His shit is already plugged in because he's already ready for when it's time for us to go up there. And the lady jumps in and basically uses his equipment. So she's kind of like having him DJ people and having the people send their music to him because her shit isn't working. So it was just a big hassle. And the company that I keep, we don't really sweat small shit like that. But
Right.
where it started to become an issue was she was mad rude to him. Like he was asking her questions and she was rude. He was trying to understand like when he can unplug his stuff and she was rude. And like he went to go ask her like, hey, maybe, would you mind compensating? It wasn't even a lot of money he was asking for, and she was rude. And the problem was that it wasn't that she didn't have the money to do that because she had people pay an entry fee. It was the fact of she didn't want to do it, and then she handed it off to her boyfriend, I guess, and the nigga couldn't even speak English. So
Wow.
in my head, right? So in my head, bro, I'm like, so the niggas who's handling the money cannot communicate with nobody but you. That sounds fishy. It sounds like a scam. It sounds crazy. It sounds nuts. It sounds nuts.
Oh
So
my God.
my manager goes and she talks to the lady and she says, hey, we want to try to work something. Is it possible for us to work something out? Because you have his DJ here and he's not supposed to be doing that. So blah blah blah. She talks to her and they come to an agreement, I guess. So I do the show. I had some people. I went out earlier than I was supposed to, and I had about like 30 people there, and then I was supposed to have like another 15 to 20 that were coming just off of me alone.
You the
So,
man, bro. You the man.
and man, listen, I remember when there was no people showing up, just my family members. So I'm forever grateful of that. So when the people got there, I already had performed. So I was like, man, this shit is crazy. Because I went on a time I wasn't supposed to go on because of this whole mess of a situation. So what I did was after the show, I just performed because I was like, fuck it. If it's my DJ in the show, then we're going to do whatever the fuck we want. I don't normally do that type of stuff, but it is what it is.
Right.
So show ends. We talk to the lady. And then maybe like a couple days after, she goes ghost. Her phone don't work. Her social media's gone. We can't find her like at all. So I know people who knew her, and I was like, hey, can you reach out to see if like they can give us the bread? Like, I don't even care about my money getting back. I just want the DJ to get paid. So
Right.
long story short, what ended up happening was she never paid him. She never paid him at all. And down the line, they contacted me, and I was just like, man, it's whatever now because you guys aren't even forking up the bread that he was asking for. So I felt it was only right for me to tell other artists because they were asking people to pay to do shows.
Wow.
And I don't normally do that, but I did it because I wanted to get the shit on the road. Like I felt like if that's the only show I had to pay for, then fuck it, it's cool.
Right.
So what happened was she went ghost, like I said, and then I just had to jump on, and I'm like, yo, I have to air her out because people I know are still she's still promote now her social media goes back up and she's promoting shows after her
Mm.
going dark and not saying anything about the bread. So I was like, nah, fuck that. Like, I have to get on this and tell people, like, yo, this lady is scamming. They don't care about nothing but your bread. They're not even a part of the culture. They're just profiting off of it, etc. So it was like a real messy situation that I had to learn from, and I'll never fuck with janky ass promoters or people like that again. So
I
that
can
shit was
dig it,
crazy.
man. I can dig it. I can dig it.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
definitely got to give you a round of applause. You went through a lot. Definitely, man. Because that live was powerful to me, and I don't even make music no more. So it was. I was like, man, no, hell no, not with the station that show love. You get love out this motherfucker.
Right,
I can't see that
right.
happening to no artist, man. And then I heard your joint, and I was like, dang, I made a good call. I'm getting good at this shit, man. Getting good at this, picking out who got what's going on.
Yo,
So
I'm a person of the people. I've always been a person of the culture, whether that's just hip hop culture, whether that's black culture. I know they're intertwined, but I'm big on that. Like, I'm big on making sure that, like, we as artists aren't getting ripped off or like being misled. And I'm never with that, like, that phony shit. I don't like people who are culture vultures. I don't like people who profit off of it. I don't like people who jump in to do stuff in hip hop to get hot and then they go back to whatever the fuck they were doing just
I feel
because they
you.
feel like it's trending. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm
Yes,
not
sir.
that person.
So let me
I'm
ask you
not
a
that
question.
person.
How you
Yeah.
feel about the music today, the industry music?
I think the industry is kind of however you want to see it. So I think how music works and how these radio stations work and these labels work is they'll push artists on you. Like, obviously, they push
Yep.
artists on you they want you to hear the most. And they throw them in your face. They make them do now. They're doing TikTok videos and having trendy dances and bullshit like that. So they're doing that type of stuff, man. And it's making the music seem like it's not that good because we have the people being highlighted who really are not that good. They're getting the most headlines, they're getting the most publicity. So when people ask me that question, I think it's however you perceive it. How I perceive it as, I think the music is good if you're looking for the right people. Because you can always find that, whether that's an underground artist, whether that's a mainstream artist that isn't so hot. Like Wale's still one of my favorite artists of all time to this day, and he should be getting more publicity for what he does. But it's like his message is way more powerful than like labels would want to push. You know what I'm saying? So, but those are people who are still in the industry. So it really
Right.
depends on like who you're looking for and the type of music you're looking for. I think casual fans might enjoy the bullshit, but people who really love it, we can find the gems through all the shit. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's good. I think it's a good climate. I just think that we should stop getting messages pushed on us that we don't believe in, that they're forcing us to believe in because they're like literally hypnotizing people into listening and knowing songs and shit. So
Okay. So what
yeah.
would you refer to as the bullshit? Give me some artists.
Um, I'm,
That was
I'm
good.
not gonna give you artist name by name, but I can just break down the type of artist. So let's
If you can't give me a name, it's
in
okay. We can
hip hop,
scrap it.
bro.
We can
Bro, in
scratch it.
hip hop, we okay. Let's say it's fucking. I give you one straight. It's Little Nas X, right? I have no
Okay,
knock
fair
on him,
enough. Fair
but you know
enough.
what I'm saying. Those are people who, granted he did some groundbreaking shit, but like you're only here for a hot second. Like you're not gonna be here that long. And you're making people feel like our music is just that. Let me think on a deeper level of someone who I can't name too many people, bro, because to be honest with you, I don't really even listen to too much mainstream to know, but
Me
I
either.
just see it. When the song comes with a dance, you know what I'm saying? To me, that's an indicator of it being bullshit. Unless it's a song
Okay.
that's
Okay.
making you trying to dance. So like there's
Got you.
songs out right now, you know what I'm saying, that are catered towards making sure people have high streams, making sure that there's a dance to it, making sure it goes viral, making sure it is something that played on the radio
So you
every
telling me
fucking 10 minutes.
you never cranked that Soldier Boy before?
I did for
Okay,
sure.
I was about to say
for
that.
sure.
Everybody cranked
Nah,
that Soldier Boy. I was damn near 20 years old cranking the Soldier Boy.
Nah, for sure. That's so. How I feel about that is I feel like hip hop has always had this place where like you've always had a crisscross. You know what I'm saying?
I
You've
love
always
crisscross,
had
bro.
a kid. You always had a kid in whatever it was.
Love
bro,
Kid and
something else.
Play.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We always had something to keep the crowd moving. The only difference is now is like we can't distinct like the casual fan is not distinguishing the difference between that type of music and the type of music that pushed our culture. And I think that's the difference. Like to me, honestly, bro, I don't want to hear my shit in the club unless it's a club type record. But nigga, if I'm rapping, I don't want to hear J. Cole in the club. I don't want to hear you know what I'm saying? But these are people who push the culture forward. So there's a time and place for everything, but every single record is not a fucking dance record, bro. It's not you know what I'm saying? It's not a dance. It's not a bitches on my dick record. It's not about the shit that don't fucking matter.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? It's deeper than that. But if you listen to people and you ask them who aren't familiar with hip hop why they don't like it, they'll tell you exactly those reasons right there. And that defines our culture to the people on the outside looking in. Granted, I don't give a fuck, but just a perspective of how the shit works and how I think about it, you know?
You was asked a question and you answered it. That's all. That's how Static Talk works too, man. Hopefully we get you on this week as well, man. I really want you to come on Static Talks, bro. I like the way you talk. I'm telling you.
Thank you.
You would fit in
down,
well.
Bro.
You would fit in very well, for real. Definitely.
Thank you.
Let me see. Where was that? Static Talks. I didn't mean to go to Static. Oh, yeah. Okay. Give me your top 5, brother. Dead or alive?
Dead or alive?
Yes, sir.
I would have to say, let's see. It's interchangeable, but I'll just give you the top. I'll give you the top 5 that right now are impacting the way that I think about music. I think, for me, it goes, Nas, Jay-Z, J. Cole, Kendrick, and the 5th one is always interchangeable for me because I like to just add people who I think influence my life and my artist ability. So sometimes for me it's sometimes Slick Rick's, sometimes it's Tupac, sometimes it's Jadakiss.
Okay.
Sometimes it's 50 when he first came out in his first like 2-3 years. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's Rick Ross, Wale. It's like interchangeable to 5th for me. And I can, you know what I'm saying? My knowledge is well versed, but those 5 I think are dope as hell. I think they have an impact that goes far beyond. So I'll put Tupac as the 5th. So those 5. Okay. Those 5 have an impact on music that's deeper than people can consciously understand. You know what I'm saying? So those are the people that I fuck with.
Okay, fair enough. Do you do R&B?
Do I do R&B?
Yes, sir.
Like top 5 R&B artists?
Yeah, of all times.
Of all time, I gotta put D'Angelo in there.
Oh, that's exotic. That was a good one though. Oh,
yeah. I fuck with D'Angelo. Well, see, the thing is, are you counting neo soul? Are you counting those as R&B?
Yeah, all that.
Cause I'm okay. So D'Angelo, Erykah Badu.
Okay.
Let's see who else. Who else do I really fuck with? I like Chris Brown, man. I really fuck with Chris Brown. I like what he does when he's on records and just his ability to be himself. And
okay, let me ask you a question. But I don't want to really cut you off, but this here is,
you good.
This is a good discussion here too before we go on to the 3, 4, and 5. Chris Brown or Omarion in a dance battle, bro?
Oh, I'm taking Chris Brown, bro.
Are you serious?
Listen, man, I seen this nigga do a backflip to March Madness and land on the beat, like when everything goes crazy. That had me going nuts, bro. I don't know if you've ever seen that video, but that solidified it for me. I know.
So you don't think Omarion can do that, bro?
No, bro. Listen, man.
Oh,
I think Chris Brown. I think his juice is too much, bro. It's just something.
uh,
Even when he was a kid, bro. It's your man on the slow, bro.
Omarion was a kid too, though, man. Come
Nah,
on,
yo,
man.
nah, bro. Listen, man. You know what it was? What influenced me too? I think maybe because I grew up listening to more of Chris Brown. So when I started to I think I remember when he put out his documentary about the whole situation, him and Rihanna, and like seeing how he was supposed to be the next Mike, bro.
Yeah,
That
he
was
was. He
never. That was
was.
if that Rihanna shit don't happen, that's an ash. Like he is the next Michael Jackson. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Because I feel like he don't spiral into doing crazy shit and
Okay,
changing up, and you know what I'm
but
saying. So I think his dancing ability is accredited to that.
but Omarion also supposed to been the next Michael, but that Raz B information came out.
Yeah.
See, we got a good argument here.
Yeah,
Hey,
that's
look at
true.
that song. Look at that song. The song where the
Icebox is
girl
my
be like,
shit.
you get close to me, something, 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 eat booty like groceries. That shit. They do a little
Yeah.
dance off, him and Omarion. They do
Chris
a little
Brown too?
dance off. Chris Brown and Omarion both in that video, bro, with the little I guess she Chinese or something
With
shit.
You talking about Janae Aoki or
I don't.
Janae Aiko, whatever the name.
I'm sorry, bro. I don't be in tune that good, but I know
Yeah, yeah,
she's
I
skinny
know.
and Chinese kind of
Yep.
like.
I know you're
Okay,
talking about.
they
Hmm.
do it. Both of them do little dances. Chris Brown be on that popping hard, and Omarion shit just flow like water, bro. You got to see it, man. I'm telling you, bro.
I think they're close, bro. I think
Bro, that's a hell of a. That would be a mean battle. That's all I'm
and
saying.
I seen You Got Served when I was a kid, and it made me want to
Yeah,
rap
bro.
again.
Tell me, man. Come on, bro. Come on, man. Really, dog? Come on, bro.
When he was getting busy in the rain, that
Yes,
was
he
different,
was,
bro.
bro. That's that ice box, baby. I'm so cold. I'm so cold.
Yeah, that's
Come
my
on,
shit.
bro. Come
Yeah,
on, man. Oh,
you
Mario.
got a point. You got a point, bro. You got a
Hey,
point.
facts. But check
I
that
don't know.
video out
I
again,
think
though.
it might have to be breezy, but it's interchangeable, I guess.
Fair enough. Fair enough for you. But I'd be on the Marion side saying he would win. But okay, fair enough. That's a fair trade. Okay, now you can go ahead to your 3, 4, and 5. My bad. I just wanted to see where you was with that because you said Chris Brown. I was like, hold on. Anybody say Chris Brown? Omarion, first thing I say, Omarion.
Yeah, I like Chris Brown. I do like Omarion. When I was growing up and I was like a teenager and shit like that. That was one of my favorite artists. That Icebox, like I said, that did
That
me
was
right.
dope.
Yeah,
Tim
I was
did
going
that
through a
one.
hard time. Yeah,
Yeah. Me too. Hey, that's what. Hey, it hit like that, right?
yeah,
Chris Brown say the hearts is all over the world. Omarion say his ice box is cold where his heart supposed to be. Yeah, I heard. You see what I'm saying? But at the
yeah.
same
I
time,
I feel that. I
but
feel that.
okay, but go ahead
Uh,
though. Go ahead. You
let me
good? With
see.
3, 4, 5.
Other artists, R&B singers. I don't know. Do you count Anderson .Paak in that? Because I think he's
Man, yo,
becoming one of my
that
favorites.
is my favorite right now, bro. Dude
He's
is
amazing, bro.
man. He is the next, bro. If they
He's
don't give him,
amazing.
man, bro. Whew, that was a good call, man. I thought I was the only one that was up on his vibe, man. That man,
Nah. I listen
bro.
to him. My brother listens to him heavy, and like the crazy thing is, I don't even really understand how I became to be a fan of him, but I
It's his
mean, the shit is
voice,
dope.
man. His voice
Yeah.
is a distinguished. Ain't no auto tune on it, bro. Written.
Nope. And that's why I think my next. So I guess these aren't really all in order. I'm just naming 5, but music Soul Child is another one that I really fuck with.
Fire.
I think he's really dope. And his first 2 albums are like instant classics. When I first heard them, I was like, "Holy shit, these are
Yeah.
crazy." And then I guess I don't know if you put Prince in there as a R&B singer. 'Cause
Yeah,
he's
man.
more
He's
okay.
everything.
Then that would have to be the 5th. I don't really have an order, but I grew up listening to Prince. That's like in my DNA. Even when I hear songs in the mall or wherever I'm at, it just taps me into like really listening to what he's saying and how he sings, how he plays his guitar. He has one of the greatest, I would like to think, greatest guitar solos of all time.
Purple Rain.
Yeah, on Purple Rain, bro. On Purple Rain, that's just different. I went to like a orchestra. They did a Prince orchestra that Questlove was he was organizing, and he did it in Boston. And I went with my mom, my brother, my sister, and they played his Purple Rain. They had they had the video on the screen, and they played the Purple Rain guitar solo when he was walking up the steps. He was walking down the steps. It was flawless, bro. And I think that type of energy and the music is especially R&B music. And it wasn't all love songs that he sung about. It's like, I can appreciate that type of writing and that type of artistry. So, yeah.
I can dig it. So now we're getting into the Sinners, bro. Tell
Yes,
us
sir.
about the Sinners, and then we're going to set it up and let the people, get the vibe again.
Okay, so Sinners is a dope record to me because it's like I was trying to wash away my sins with this record. Like, I was really trying to write about it and pray to God that, like, the type of situations I was in don't happen again, because it didn't make me feel good. Like, knowing the type of power I had, like when I said, she loves me more when I'm doing wrong, so how could I do what's right? Like there's a different type of power in knowing that, like, the women that you're associating yourself with, you can really, it sounds fucked up, bro, I'm being honest, but, like, it was like, I don't want to be this person anymore. Like, you can prey on women's insecurities and make it, even though you know it's wrong, you're gonna do it because it feels right. And it's like a perspective that when I was writing this shit, I was like, man, like, I gotta be honest with myself in the next chapter of my life. If I have a daughter, do I want this? You know what I'm saying? So even the last verse, or the bridge, she got her heart broke a few times. That part is like me saying, like, I know your story, but for some odd reason, I'm still gonna, do what the hell I do. So, and if I'm gonna do it, then I gotta do it right. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of the story behind it. I was trying to make sure, like, I got the record out. We all been in these type of situations, these places. You've been with your homies, y'all about to go do some wild shit, or whatever the case is. You've been with your girls, your girls about to do some wild shit. And I think that this record was dope because it came from a real place, but it came from a place of understanding, and I wanted to make sure I wasn't becoming the person that I was writing about in this song. So yeah, shit's dope.
All right. So we're gonna set it up, brother. Go ahead.
Let's get it. We, you know what I'm saying, we rocking with Hooda Luther King. Right now you got Trey Tuck, Sinners. Let's get it.
Right. Yeah. Trey Tuck in the morning. And if I'm gon' do it, then I gotta do it right. I'm riding with then a couple girls I like. Just a bunch of sinners trying to make it through the night. The world's so cold, got you rethinking about life. What's your name? If I'm gon' do it, then I gotta do it right. I'm riding with couple girls I like. Just a bunch of sinners trying to make it through the night. The world's so cold, got you rethinking about life. What's your damn price? Living on the whim, living on the limb, living life fulfilled with sin. Only find cure through the pen. Funny how they say they love you. They got your best interest, thinking they above you. Well, tell me who you run to. In the world where everyone is almost narcissistic, trying to find my wife, but I feel like it's unrealistic. I'd rather chill with get women, drinking all they friendship. No goals, no stress, just gon' let it get hit. Telling you, baby, no, you can have it all. She kiss on my neck, thinking the problem solved. She know my weakness, and I can use her freakness. I stretch her in positions to exercise my demons. All I was seeking, just to find more advice. She love me more when I do it wrong. How could I do what's right? That seems to be my vice. I know you judging, right? And if I'm gon' do it, then I gotta do it right. I'm riding with and a couple girls I like. Just a bunch of sinners trying to make it through the night. The world's so cold, got you rethinking about life. What's your if I'm right, do it, then I gotta do it right. I'm riding with my couple girls I like. Just a bunch of sinners trying to make it through the night. The world's so cold, got you rethinking about life. What's your damn price? She got her heart broke a few times. Eventually she gave up and stopped trying. Could you blame her? See the pain in her eyes. They use her for her body but don't know her mind. How you supposed to feel when you giving your all to someone? We tired of falling down, now it's love that we gotta run from. We out relationships quick, it's starting to get redundant. The scars can't be healed, only make you a bitter woman, not a bigger woman. You single and unforgiving, but you a queen and don't be fooled by these other niggas. She told me she don't get the sensation of falling in love, but it don't make sense, cause you were heaven sent from above. Damn, why you gotta act like that? Baby, set your own path, then burn the map. We all got our vices, but don't let them distract. Reach your goals, baby, and watch how they start to react. And if I'm gon' do it, then I gotta do it right. I'm riding with my couple girls I like. Just a bunch of sinners trying to make it through the night. The world's so cold, got you rethinking about life. What's your name? If I'm gon' do it, then I gotta do it right. I'm riding with my and a couple girls I like. Just a bunch of sinners trying to make it through the night. The world's so cold, got you rethinking about life. What's your damn price?
Yeah, we back. You know what I'm saying? We got Trey Tuck in the building. Shouts out to the brother. You know what I mean? I'm going to let you go ahead and get off your contacts so the people can find you. And then we'll close out with my favorite track, I Just Want to Know. That's my joke.
So, you know, everybody can find me on Instagram, Twitter. I go by Trey, Trey_TA_. So it's Trey_Tuck_ down all social media platforms. You can follow me on Spotify, on Apple Music. We just dropped a record called Winning, and it's very well, probably the most successful it's done as far as the stream. So I'm super proud of that. So you can check me out there as well.
Sounds like a plan. And you know what it is? I'm going to tell you, I appreciate you, and you taking the time to talk. I'm going to hit you back after the show, message you some about the static talks, and I'm going to explain to you. I'm going to send you all the links, too, for Spotify, all the to whichever one you want to share for your platform as well. You can put it up on yours. I have no problem with that. Get paid, brother.
Okay, word.
So, that being said, set the song up, brother.
So this last record is called I Just Want to Know. So I was telling Hooda, this was one of those records where I felt like everything was done perfectly, and we got everything we wanted out of the record. It's just based around just love, you know what I'm saying? Finding the person that you really want to be with and show love you the same way you love them. So this is Trey Tuck. It's called I Just Want to Know.
Facts. And with that being said, till next week, this positive energy always create elevation. And if that was over your head, all I'm saying is peace. You know what I mean? Let's do
it. Yeah. Yeah, every song got you running on my mind. Riding through the city with an angel, it's divine. Yeah, you know they say it takes time. Practice makes perfect and we perfectly align. You a boss, so I stay with it, you go. Pretty smart on some things that a few don't. Held me down, always there when they went show. Cool breeze cause the wind coming from the boat. Yeah, I swear they gon' test you, but I don't feel pressure. I won't finesse you. I just want the love, don't want nothing extra. Want the late night talks that feel like a lecture. Hooked on your thoughts, I don't wanna upset you, but my focus jaded, I wanna undress you. Breakfast in bed and then sex on the dresser. Pride to the side, but the pennies look better, yeah. Known in the world like you, known in the world like you. Yeah, yeah. Look at all the shit we been through. No matter what, I still choose you. Yeah, yeah. You a boss, so I stay with a Hugo. Pretty smart on some things that a few don't. Hand me down, always there when they wouldn't show. Cool breeze, cause the wind coming from the boat.
Tell me, baby, are you faithful? Let me be the one to give you loving when you say so. I can do some things that before I wasn't able. Had to make you notice what I'm bringing to the table. I just wanna know, are you looking for a label? Seems like you're real deal. Hopefully it's not a fable. You can have it all. I'm ready whenever you say so. But I gotta see just what you bringing to the table.
You everything I want in a lady. Yeah, always on the grind, never lazy. Rather start a business than a baby. When I was down, now you never play me. Damn, that's the type of love that go a long way. Fast forward, couple cars in the driveway. Ring on your finger, picking out the bridesmaids. Working hard enough, so every day Friday. Connected, we blessed. What else you expect? When two worlds collide, you will hope for the best. If you were to leave, I'd be low and depressed. Down for a real when you curving the rest. Hit the road few days, you know my intent. Know where we stand, you don't see him as stress. You be better than best, you be thinking your ex like that. Known in the world like you, known in the world like you. Yeah, yeah. Look at all the shit we been through. No matter what, I still choose you. Yeah, yeah. You a boss, so I stay with a Hugo. Pretty smart on some things that a few don't. Held me down, always there when they wouldn't show. Cool breeze, cause the wind coming from the boat.
Tell me, baby, are you faithful? Let me be the one to give you loving when you say so. I can do some things that before I wasn't able. Had to make you notice what I'm bringing to the table. I just wanna know, are you looking for a label? Seems like you're real deal. Hopefully it's not a fable. You can have it all. I'm ready whenever you say so. But I gotta see just what you bringing to the table. Oh, oh.
Thank you.